I'm Davy. I'm awesome. And welcome to Davy's Awesome Wrestling, where I review wrestling-related things, all from the perspective of a fan, not an insider. So, Labor Day weekend, we had AEW All Out 2023, we had WWE Payback. Last week I did All Out, this week, Payback. The opening match was a cage match. Interesting way to start the show. Between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. The match that will finally end this rivalry. I mean, it was good. It's a cage match. So there's always the drama in the cage match of they almost get out of the cage and then somebody superplexes them from the top of the cage. And of course, the reason for the cage match is always to keep everybody out. And it never works. In this case, it was to keep Zoe Stark out. And it didn't work. Zoe Stark got involved in the match. But it didn't really help Trish, as Becky Lynch got the manhandle slam onto Zoe Stark, and then ran over and did a top rope manhandle slam onto Trish Stratus, and got the pin and the win, finally winning this rivalry. Which I'm glad they had the great conclusion like they did, although I will say I think this rivalry went on a little too long. But then we got the start of a new rivalry, as after the match, Trish is blaming Zoe Stark, slapped her, so Zoe Stark gave her the 360. Like I said, it was a good opener, and a good way to end a rivalry. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah! And then we had The Miz versus LA Knight. But before the match started, out came the host of Payback. Even though I'm really not understanding why. I get why WrestleMania would have a host, but Payback? Either way, host of Payback, John Cena, came out and announced he is going to be the special guest referee of this match. The match itself, it was okay. It's a typical match. John Cena getting involved a lot, even though in my opinion a good referee doesn't. But hey, he's John Cena, he's got to get noticed. So he was overdoing it. And it went until LA Knight got the BFT, onto The Miz, got the pin and the win, and got respect from John Cena. And like I said, it was just okay. I would give it a 3 out of 5. Then for the United States Championship, Austin Theory trying to regain his title from Rey Mysterio. This match honestly was kind of meh. I mean, it was okay. It was just very underwhelming. Definitely not what I was hoping for, especially because you got Austin Theory, who's a young, up-and-coming, in my opinion, one of the best talents they got right now, versus Rey Mysterio, the veteran, great talent. But this match, honestly, had the feel of a throwaway SmackDown match. And even the way it ended, to me, was kind of lackluster, with Rey Mysterio. He was about to get hit with the A-Town down, and instead reversed it into a roll-up, got a quick pin over Austin Theory, retaining his championship. Like I said, this was just very underwhelming, and I was a little disappointed with it. 2 out of 5. Yeah. And then for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships, Steel City Street Fight between champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor. It was a good hardcore match. Of course, it went outside, all over the arena, and at some point, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were able to become hockey players. And in the match, not only did the other Judgment Day members, Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio, get involved, but so did a non-Judgment Day member, JD McDonough. But Owens took care of McDonough, but then Rhea took care of Kevin Owens. Then it was after Dominic Mysterio hit Sami Zayn with the Money in the Bank briefcase that Finn Balor was able to cover Sami Zayn, get the win, and now we have new WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions. Wish we'd get new belts already. This match was good. I like that the Judgment Day are the tag team champions. It was a good hardcore match. I have to take a little bit away because of the fact that it was very predictable and nothing outside of the norm of a hardcore match happened. But I'd still give it a 4 out of 5. Then to give everybody a little breather, we had a Grayson Waller effect, making it feel even more like just another SmackDown instead of a premium live event. His guest, Cody Rhodes, who basically just came out to announce that Raw has a new acquisition of Jey Uso, who a couple of weeks ago quit the Bloodline and WWE, so now apparently he didn't quit WWE, he quit SmackDown. Okay. Of course, Jey Uso went out there, he's being now pushed as the babyface, so super kicked Grayson Waller. But Grayson Waller's on SmackDown, so nothing's going to come of this. Then for the Women's World Championship, Raquel Rodriguez challenges Rhea Ripley. It was good, but like a lot of the night, ridiculously predictable. They had some really good back and forth. You know, two big, tough female wrestlers. And of course, at some point, Dominic Mysterio came out, and even though Raquel Rodriguez was easily able to take him out, it did distract her long enough for Rhea Ripley to get the Riptide, the pin, and retain her Women's World Championship. Like I said, this match was good. It was just very predictable, so I'll give it its 3 out of 5. And for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Which I will say, honestly, the best thing about this match was the build-up before the match even started of Shinsuke and his little anime-type comic book stuff going on. And it was good. I mean, how could it not be between these two? It's Shinsuke Nakamura and Seth Rollins. And of course, as Shinsuke has been alluding to the entire time building up to this match, he was going to focus on Seth Rollins' back. That they're talking about is broken. Has a couple of fractures that he's able to work through, but he's in constant pain. And the stuff he was doing to Seth Rollins made you cringe. Like, they convinced us he's hurting. But as expected, after a good match back and forth, Rollins got a very quick stomp onto Shinsuke and got a quick pin, retaining his championship, and this rivalry is not over. Which I hope not, because I think that as good as this was, they could do better. But it was still good enough to get its 4 out of 5. So WWE Payback overall was alright. It was worth watching simply because it was on Peacock. If this was back in the day and I had ordered this pay-per-view, probably would have been a little upset, feel like I wasted my money. If you have Peacock, you have the network, then yeah, it's worth checking out. But really, it had the feel overall of being one of their weekly shows, being a Raw or a SmackDown. With the exception of the Tag Team Championships changing hands, nothing important happened. Nothing grand happened. There were a few 4s, a few 3s, and a 2. There was no match on this one that I would give a 5 to. Not to mention even storyline-wise, with the exception of the Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus story finally coming to an end, it didn't really seem to end any stories, just keep building them up. The U.S. Championship match was very, very disappointing. Could have had so much more out of it, could have gotten so much more drama out of it, but really this felt like they were just phoning it in like a SmackDown match. As we know, the Judgment Day versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, not done. Rhea Ripley got fed an opponent, probably going to get fed another one next month. Even the championship match, at no point did I really believe Shinsuke Nakamura was going to win the championship. The rivalry is still going, they're going to have more matches. I don't see him walking away as the champion. Not because I don't want him to, I definitely want him to, it's long overdue, but it just kind of feels like a filler rivalry. Which is what the entire show felt like, a filler event, just here to get us to the next big PLE. So like I said, it was kind of worth watching just so you can keep up with the stories, but ultimately, it was just okay. But I will say the matches themselves, most of them, they were good enough to where I would at least give the entire event a 3 out of 5. Yeah! So there you have it, that's my wrestling review this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications when I post new videos, and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of WWE Payback 2023. Love you guys.